Teachers, which rule breaker received your respect? Working as a high school counselor, I started noticing that kids who'd been failing for years were suddenly turning in perfect homework. We're talking about students who couldn't spell their own names 6 months ago, now writing essays that belonged in honor classes. The work always showed up right before deadlines, always in their own handwriting, always flawless. These weren't your typical late bloomers either. Every single one of these miraculous turnarounds had something in common. They were the kids our system had given up on, the ones dealing with poverty, family chaos, undiagnosed learning disabilities, smart kids who'd been crushed by circumstances they couldn't control. Then I caught my break. Walking past the library after hours, I spotted lights still blazing inside. Through the window sat someone hunched over a desk, surrounded by textbooks and student assignments. Gray cardigan, silver hair, and a neat bun. Mrs. Ruth Smith, 67 years old, 35 years at our school, 4-time teacher of the year. Every student who'd ever sat in her AP English class would tell you the same thing. She was the one teacher who actually gave a damn. I watched her carefully writing out what looked like a calculus assignment, checking her work against answer keys. Then she switched to a history essay, writing in completely different handwriting. The next morning, I pulled every file. Sure enough, all these sudden success stories had taken Smith's English class at some point, even the dropouts. During lunch, I cornered her. Mrs. Smith, are you doing homework for students? She set down her turkey sandwich and looked me dead in the eye. Which students? Kevin, for starters. He's been failing math for 2 years, but suddenly he's acing algebra. She nodded without hesitation. Kevin works 30 hours a week at a gas station to pay his family's rent. His little sister has leukemia. The medical bills are drowning them. He understands math when I explain it, but he falls asleep in class because he works until 2 in the morning. I pulled out more files. What about Lisa Chen? Bobby Williams? I've got 15 students here. Lisa is undocumented and lives in constant terror of deportation. Brilliant girl, but she's missed months of school because her family keeps moving. Bobby has severe ADHD that went undiagnosed for years because his parents couldn't afford testing. He's gifted, but he can't focus long enough to finish a worksheet. She opened her desk drawer and pulled out a thick folder. Detailed notes on every student. Academic strengths, family situations, work schedules, medical issues, everything. I spend my evenings and weekends completing their assignments so they can graduate. I tutor them individually so they understand the material, then I finish what they don't have time for. The scope hit me like a freight train. This wasn't helping a few struggling kids. She'd been running a secret one-woman academic rescue operation for 3 years. She knew every subject well enough to complete high school work, and she'd been doing it all for free. Mrs. Smith, this is academic fraud. If administration finds out, you'll lose everything. Your job, your license, your pension. She folded her hands. I know, but Kevin graduates next month and starts community college in the fall. Lisa has a full nursing scholarship if she can just finish this semester. These kids aren't cheating the system. The system is cheating them. I stared at the files scattered across my desk. Every perfect assignment, every flawless test score representing a kid working harder than most adults just to survive. I walked to my filing cabinet and pulled out the stack of academic irregularity reports I was supposed to submit to the principal. You know, Mrs. Smith, these reports are pretty confusing. Lots of inconsistencies. She watched me feed every single paper into my shredder. Must have been a clerical error. Looks like these students are just natural late bloomers who found their stride. Tears filled her eyes. You're not reporting this? Report what? That struggling students are finally getting support? Sounds like good news to me. As she reached my door, she turned back. There's a girl named Sarah in your second period study hall. She's been sleeping in her car since her mom kicked her out for being gay. She's failing chemistry but wants to be a doctor. Smart kid, just needs someone to believe in her. 2 weeks later, Sarah turned in a perfect chemistry project. Her handwriting had improved dramatically, and her understanding of molecular structures was suddenly flawless. I still get reports about mysterious academic improvements, but somehow the documentation keeps getting lost in my filing system.